After the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
What's good, Washington Commanders fans? All right, now that the 2023 NFL schedule has come out today, now there has been some schedule leaks from yesterday to today on certain games, like the London games, the overseas games that came out yesterday. Plus, you had some games that is slated for Black Friday, which the Miami and the Jets are on Black Friday. You had the couple Christmas Day games, Christmas Eve games, stuff like that. But I want to dive more into the Washington Commanders schedule, because now that the Washington Commanders schedule is out, it don't look too tough, guys. I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't look too tough. Now, I had conversations with one of my colleagues, and he said, "Oh, wow, I'm not worried about these teams. Every team on our schedule has improved. As we go down the schedule, now the only team I don't think is really good is the Arizona Cardinals, which we play September the 10th. Then we go all the way to Colorado to play the Denver Broncos on September the 17th, which, Sean Payton's there. He's going, put his stamp on that team with the rebranding of Russell Wilson, whatever the case might be, here and there. Now, also, with that being said, you have the Buffalo Bills in week 3. Now, that could be a little tough game because the Buffalo Bills had beat us 2 years ago. Now, we didn't even have a chance. That's the year we had Ryan Fitzpatrick there and everything. And it didn't work out to our favor, because I think we started that season off with the San Diego Chargers, if I'm stand firmly correct. But all in all, I believe that that year they beat us. What that year they beat us 43. Buffalo beat us 43-21 that year. So that was in 2021. Now, going down to the rest of the schedule, you have the Philadelphia 76ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, which also you could look at that. That's a away game. That's at FedEx Field. Not FedEx Field, but the Eagles home. Now, that game is slated on Sunday at 1:00. So that game might be on TV, might not be on TV. Depends on what their Eagles record is and what our record is at the time. Now, so we wrapped up September with 3 straight games. Then we come into October because we have 4 games in October. Starting October 1st when we play the Eagles. Then October 5th, that's we turn around and have a Thursday night game against the Chicago Bears, which we beat the Chicago Bears last year. It was a game that you could say we squeaked out. We could have lost because Justin Fields was running pretty much, at will, but we stepped up and got that win. And I do believe we could beat them again. Then October 15th, we traveled to Georgia to play the Atlanta Falcons, which the Atlanta Falcons always gave us fits all the time. They always play us tough. They played us tough last year, and Cordell Patterson was running all over the place on us. But this time around, they are going to have Desmond Ridder as the quarterback. not Marcus Mariota. So that I think we could say that it would be a little bit different because Marcus Mariota ran on us along with Cordell Patterson. So this time you don't have to worry about Desmond Ritter running out the pocket on us, so forth and so on. Now they do have talent on that team. You can't sleep on the Atlanta Falcons. They do have talent. They just drafted BJ Robinson, so you know they're gonna put him to the test. Now we end October with another division rival, which the New York Giants, which we lost to the New York Giants twice last year. We tied on them. I think we tied on the first game. Yeah, we tied on the first game, and then we lost to them the second game after our bye week. So this year, I feel like we're a little bit better. We definitely can make sure that Daniel Jones don't have to run out of the pocket because I think now that our defense has filled some gaps, we do have Chase Young back, so he's going to be hungry. We drafted two young studs in the secondary and the cornerback, so that's going to help out a lot. Where we could fill in those run games and make Daniel Jones more of a passer. And if we can make him more of a passer, then we can make him make him into play mistake football, make him make mistakes in the game because Daniel Jones still can't. Some people say that he can't throw it well, but that's what you want to do. You want to force Daniel Jones to throw the ball a lot. Instead of because he's excellent at running with his legs, and he has hurt Washington so many times with his legs. I mean, Daniel Jones literally looks like the second coming of Lamar Jackson when he runs the ball on us. So hopefully we can neutralize that a little bit better with the additions on defense. Now I think that we still gonna make roster moves. I think we still are going to fill some spots that is going to help us. So now we end October with the Eagles again. That's the 8th week of the season. We end that with the Eagles again. Now, hopefully, we get them at home. Now, if we don't beat them the first time around in October, and we end October just before Halloween with the Eagles, and we able to beat them, that would be good. Then at least we could split with them. If we could split with them like we did last year, we beat them on a Monday night game in prime time. Now we don't have no Monday night games this year, so that is something different in the totality. But both of the games are at 1:00. So if we could beat them, that would help us. Now we start November off with the New England Patriots. Now Bill Belichick. Me, even though I'm a Commander fan, a Washington fan, diehard, I've been watching New England Patriots because Tom Brady is my favorite quarterback. So therefore, I've been following the Patriots ever since he took over the reins from Drew Bledsoe. But Bill Belichick, he do what he does best. He tries to take your best weapons. But and that's going to be a good game because we drafted Emmanuel Forbes at 16. They drafted Christian Gonzalez at 17. So that's going to be the kicker. That's going to show which cornerback is better because they still going to have Daniel Jones there and they still going to have Zappy there. But their defense will be a little bit better. Don't know much about their offense or what they got on offense, but I do believe this is a game that could be had if Washington goes in there very, very comfortable. We haven't beat New England in a while. Even when Tom Brady was there, they've been spanking our tail. So this time around, we should be able to pull off this victory for us. because we have, like I said, we have an unknown quarterback. And one thing about New England, Bill Belichick do not lose to rookie quarterbacks. So that's gonna be a tall task. That's gonna be a tall task. So, but I think the Washington Commanders could pull this game out. Now, November 12th, we go to Seattle, Washington, and I think I'm going to go to that game. I'm probably going to take a couple of days off. I think I'm going to try to fly out to Seattle to go to this game since that's my old Stumper roots up there. Um, so and everything like that. Um, that and actually that's an afternoon game as well. So if it's 4 o'clock here, it'll be mostly 1 o'clock there. But now they got Geno Smith under the fold. Jamal Adams will be coming back. They drafted really well in this draft. Seattle has always been another tough team that gives Washington trouble. Throughout the years when they had Sean Alexander, we used to Seattle and Washington has a history, just like Seattle and Washington has a history. Washington has a history with the Carolina Panthers. When Carolina started out, Washington was beating them, and then as Carolina got good, they started catching up with the Commanders, well, the Washington franchise at that time. And our history go all the way back when we had RG3, when we should have beat them when they had Richard Sherman and all of them guys there. So, so what? So the thing about it is that's going to be another pivotal game. Um, don't know what Seattle team now. They made the playoffs. They might end up not playing as well as they had last year. So we'll see. So now we get to November the 9th as a home game. We do host the Giants again. That's another division game, a game that's really going to be crucial because it gets down to the second half of the season always gets down to what you believe is crunch time and teams jockeying for position and trying to make the playoffs and all of this stuff. So you got to understand that Washington definitely could be in a hunt and playing the game against the Giants, knowing that they tied and lost to the Giants last year, they're going to want to return the favor, but they want to sweep the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be something different. Then we turn around on Thanksgiving prime time, if you want to call that a prime time. That's a holiday day. So we host. We travel to Dallas to play the Dallas Cowboys, which that could be having some kind of playoff, some division or playoff implications around that time. And now the last time we played Dallas, we beat them 41-16. That's in 2020. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the year we swept them too. We swept them or we swept them in 2021. I can't recall. But, that's going to be a very intense game. Dallas, they're going to show that they're still an American team and they're going to try to do the things that they want to do and everything like that. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for us to beat Dallas. To be honest with you, I'm looking for us to beat Dallas, and I want to see us beat Dallas. Then you go down to December where you play Miami. Now that's going to be a tough game, also, because Miami, throughout history, Miami has played us pretty good. They have played us tough and everything like that. So, but nevertheless, I feel like Washington still can beat the Miami Dolphins, no matter what they have on the field. I think we could beat them. Now in week 17, not the week 17, but December 17th, we played the Los Angeles Rams. They kind of depleted all over the place. I think that Super Bowl and losing all them guys kind of like started to catch up a little bit more with them. So now I think this is a game that Washington definitely can do. Anytime we play the Rams, we beat them. We beat them. The last time we played them, I remember when they had Todd Gurley and we beat them. But it was pretty decent at that time. So I still think we'll beat them, even though they got Matthew Stafford. But I still don't think they have a running game. They're still trying to figure out what they want to do with Eckers. Um, yeah, they got Aaron Donald over there, but they still ain't the same team that 2 or 3 years ago. Then on December 24th, Christmas Eve, that's another primetime game. We go to the New York to play the Jets. Now, Aaron Rodgers had got traded from the Jets. I mean, from Green Bay to the Jets. Now, we beat Green Bay last year with Aaron Rodgers. We always play Aaron Rodgers tough. Sometimes we beat him and sometimes we don't. But knowing that he has a new team and this guy's going to be hungry, I still say if our defense comes together the way it's supposed to be, I don't even think the Jets will beat us. I think the Jets' schedule is hard, and I think they are going to be looking on the outside to make a playoff berth. And I think it's going to hinder them a little bit. I think a lot of these games for the Jets is going to be too hard for them to overcome. And I still feel that at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers could miss the playoffs. He could miss the playoffs with the Jets. So I definitely I will keep my eyes on that. Then December 31st, we host New Year's Eve. That's a New Year's Eve game. We host the 49ers. So that's another day before New Year's Eve. So that's going to be another good game, the 49ers, because we had the 49ers dead to right last year, and turnovers just came, and then we was injured a little bit on the back end, and it didn't help out. But I think this year we should be able to beat them. That's another good matchup. History between the 49ers and the Washington franchise. So I think we'll beat them. And by that time, you don't know Purdy or it's going to be anybody. Now, if Purdy does play, or Trey Lance or whoever, we still have enough film on Purdy to understand what they do so well. I don't think the 49ers going to catch us blindside. Like I said, I have every confidence in our defense and everything like that. And then the last game of the season, week 18, we have the Dallas Cowboys coming to our division. And by that time, the playoffs and all of that stuff should be wrapped up pretty good. And then this game might not have no implications, and it could have implications, and then again, it could not have implications. But we have to see how it all played out. It all depends on how well the Washington Commanders comes out and play. Now, I want to go by. I didn't really want to give my um, prediction because I was talking to somebody today and I was telling them what I think about the schedule. This schedule is brutal. I don't care what anybody say. This schedule is really brutal, except for the first two games of the season. You got potentially two playoff giants back to back, and then you got Chicago, which played tough. Then Atlanta played pretty tough. Then the Giants that made the playoff. Then the Eagles. I mean, this schedule is not that easy to manipulate or say, hey, well, we got this. We got this. I still need to see how this team put it all together. And having these two back-to-back games is going to help a whole lot. Now, what do I see? I probably will do a live on Monday with a couple other guys with me to go over the schedule a little bit more and get their insight and intake on it. I said 9-8. That's what I said. But I'm gonna go down and I say this is what I say. We split each game in our division, so that's 3 wins right there and 3 losses. Do I think we beat Arizona? Yes, that'll give us 4. Denver? Yes, that'll give us 5. All right. Can we beat Buffalo? Don't know. That's a loss. All right. So that's what 5-4 right now. Chicago, yes, that'll be 6. Atlanta, yes, I think we could beat Atlanta. That's 7. Like I said, the Giants Eagles split. New England, that's gonna be a tough one. Can we beat New England up in Foxborough? Let me see. What I say? I said what? 5, 6, 7. I said 7 wins so far. I said we lose to New England. I said we lose to New England, lose to Seattle. That'll put us where 7-5 at that moment. And then what? We beat the Dolphins. That give us 8 wins. The Rams to give us 9. Uh, and then lose to the Jets and the 49ers. So that would give us 9-8. So, or else we could go 8-9. But I'm gonna stick with 9-8 for the season. That's my prediction for this team. I'm gonna go with 9-8. I still think that our defense will be good enough. I think Sam Howell will perform a little bit more, perform better than we think. Um, so yeah, I give it 9-8, and that's because I think we will split the division with the two guys. So, but um, that's it for this. Just a quick analysis of the schedule. Like I said, we got 3 preseason games. We got the Browns, the Ravens, and the Bengals. We always play the Ravens in preseason. Don't know why. But I think the schedule is going to it's going to make or break the Washington Commanders this year. I say in the first 8 games, if Washington don't pick up the first 2 wins, and we lose 1, 2, 3, 4 games, we go 0-4. I do believe Ron Rivera will be fired before the Eagles game. Because then we'll end up winning Chicago and then be 1-7 on the season. And I think Ron Rivera will be fired. I think Ron Rivera will be fired before. If Washington goes 0-4 to start the season before we play Chicago, Ron Rivera gets fired. That's just where I look. I don't think they should not be able to, you know, lose to the Cardinals or Broncos. Well, who knows? That's the Commanders for you. So Ron Rivera got their work cut out. No. But until then, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check me out on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for LiveWire Sports Entertainment, and my Facebook page, LiveWire Sports Entertainment. Until then, make sure you hit that notification bell every time I drop a hardcore video. Until then, Commander fans, stay blessed, be safe.